Hello, and welcome to another episode of Mastering Matches, in which I commentate and play Pokemon VGC Ranked Battles. If you guys haven't noticed, I haven't posted a new episode of Mastering Matches since March. That is because, ever since then, my computer and capture card has been chopping up my footage, making me lose bits and pieces of the entire clips. This is why in my Animal Crossing videos I've had to do quite a bit of editing. Anyway, with that aside, I'm going to try to relaunch this series and post 5 episodes of Mastering Matches. If they perform well, I'm most likely to do many more of these in the future, so if you like this series, don't be afraid to like and subscribe. Moving on to the actual video, in this episode I'll be using a new team I created that includes the unlikely VGC Pokemon of Palosand and Clawitzer. The more common Pokemon of Rillaboom, Nihilego, Urshifu, and Glastrier make up the rest of this team. This team works best in Trick Room, but has options outside of Trick Room. Nihilego is the only Trick Room setter on this team, so if you are going the Trick Room route, it is important to bring this Ultra Beast. As always, the rental team ID is displayed on screen and will be in the description below, so you can try out the team for yourself. If you guys have any suggestions on any edits to make to the team, feel free to comment about them below. With all of that out of the way, let's jump into our first match of the day. And let's jump into our first match of the day against Hogan. So it's a triple starter team with Rillaboom, Cinderace, and Inteleon, along with Metagross, Regieleki, and Clefairy. So, most of the time when I see Metagross, I like to bring Urshifu for sure. But honestly, Palosand Clawitzer lead might just work because the gimmick of this team is that you send out Palosand and then you self-Aqua Jet to set up the weakness policy and the water compaction to double your defense. So I think I'll just lead that. Inteleon can't one-hit KO it. And then bring Urshifu in the back. And probably Nihilego for the last one, just because of that Clefairy and the Rillaboom. Yeah, Glastrier isn't terrible, but I'd have to set up the Trick Room with Nihilego, so that might be a little bit of a pain. And they were going down to the last second choosing their Pokemon. And they lead with Rillaboom and Regieleki. So, most likely Clawitzer will go down this turn, but that is fine because the whole point of Clawitzer is just to set up Palosand. And I just want to double check they don't have any flying switch-ins. No. So Dynamax, Max Quake, and Self-Aqua Jet. And it looks like they aren't Dynamaxing, which is no big surprise there. Usually don't Dynamax Regieleki or Rillaboom. Oh, fake out. I should have predicted that. Clawitzer might just go down here. Yeah, that is unfortunate. I should have saw that coming. But I still think a Max Quake may KO Regieleki. It is extremely frail. Yeah, no Focus Sash, so that just takes it out. So now it's actually a good time to send in Nihilego just to take out that Rillaboom. Maybe there's a Clefairy in the back. Even Cinderace wouldn't be a bad either. So, I could use Max Airstream. That's what I'm kind of worried about. So I think I'll just use Max Phantasm. And let's Sledge Bomb the Rillaboom just to see what the Cinderace goes for, if it Dynamaxes or if it decides not to. Or which max move it chooses to use. It usually has Airstream, Darkness, Knuckle, and G-Max Pyro Ball. Or whatever the name of the G-Max on Pyro Ball is. Yep, it is Dynamaxing. I'm thinking it's going to use Airstream, try to get that speed boost. Oh, Max Knuckle, so just trying to get rid of that Nihilego as fast as possible. Which that makes sense, double up into that spot. I should have protected. That Max Phantasm still did a sizable chunk to Rillaboom. Oh, but Rillaboom set up our weakness policy. Oh, and it goes for Max Airstream. Interesting. I think that will still... Will it KO through the Detect? That does so much damage. Urshifu is such a frail Pokemon. It does not KO, but it was so close. Yeah, I don't see any situation where we can win this right now. I just did not play this game very well. If I get a double Detect, maybe? Well, Grassy Glide will just KO. Yeah, I did not play this match very well. Oh, I do get the double Detect. But if it Grassy Glides into the... Oh, it does Grassy Glide into the Urshifu. G-Max Fireball, that's it. That's the Pyro Ball. G-Max. And that just KOs. So that is game, unfortunately. I think I brought the right Pokemon. I just did not play that right. I should have protected on Nihilego. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna come out of this one. Yeah, so my team is in no way perfect, and I'm always tweaking stuff. I actually tweaked... Oh, they're G-Max, all of them. Anyway, I just tweaked my Glacier and made it Expert Belt instead of Life Orb. And added Close Combat. I used to have Protect instead. But that, I'm just saying that so I can show that if you guys have any recommendations, feel free to comment, because like I said, it's in no way perfect. I've been thinking about getting rid of Glacier and adding a fire type, mainly Rotom Heat or Incineroar, but I'm not 100% sure about that. This honestly looks like another really good game for Palosand and Clawitzer. Nothing on their team can one-hit KO. I don't think a Thievul can one-hit KO the Palosand. Nihilego once again looks really good. It hits super effective everything on the team except Bronzong and Thievul. Maybe I'll bring Rillaboom for terrain. Urshifu's not really good except against the Thievul. and Bronzong. Glastier's not terrible either. I think I'll stick with Rillaboom though. The terrain wars are important. In Volcarona and Bronzong, this is pretty good for us, I believe. I don't see what they could do. And if it just sets up Trick Room, which I don't think it would, the Clawitzer has Room Service to lower its speed. And there's the Self-Aqua Jet. So now, this is how it's supposed to work. The Water Compaction goes off, the Weakness Policy goes off, and then we can KO a lot of things now. Maybe they thought Palosand was a physical attack? I'm not entirely understanding the Will-O-Wisp move. Maybe they thought Palosand was a physical attacker, but that works out in our favor. 1 KO down. I think I'm gonna go for a Max Quake onto Volcarona. So it does go for Rage Powder, which is perfect because I want to break that Focus Sash with that Aqua Jet. Wow, that Hyper Voice did a lot of damage. Water Compaction does go off again, but it's not useful because they're both special attackers at the moment. Maybe there's a physical attacker in the back, which would be good. But our special defense rose, so that's important for the Max Quake. That's why I chose to use that instead of Max Phantasm. And it is Glacier, so that is actually really good. So I think I'm going to go for a Max Overgrowth into Primarina and then Heal Pulse myself, since I'm about half HP. And that does not KO. Perfect. Let's just hope Glacier is slower than Clawitzer. Perfect. And because Clawitzer's ability Mega Launcher, it 1.5 times the amount of the healing, so normally it's only half HP, it makes it so it's 75% of the HP. So now that Palosand's at +6 defense, Glacier will be basically doing no damage at all to it, even though I'm not Dynamaxed anymore. So I think I can just go for another Heal Pulse and a Shadow Ball. Well, it'll be interesting to see how much this Dynamax does. This probably Max Hailstorm, I want to say. I'm fairly confident, unless it's a critical hit, that Palosand will be able to survive it. But we're all healed up anyway, so it's surviving for sure. See how much this does. That does so little. see how much this Shadow Ball does. Not too much either. Now I'm probably going to start going for Scorching Sands to try to get a burn onto the Glastrier to lower its attack. Just want to double check I am at +6. I just want to double check I am at +6 defense, yes. So let's go for a Scorching Sand. Maybe just go for a Water Pulse to try to get a confusion. And we did get the confusion. Perfect. Oh, this Glastrier, it did hurt itself in confusion, but it must have a speed tie with Palosand. And we got the burn too. Wow, we are getting really lucky this match. But yeah, I chose to go Scorching Sands on Palosands for this reason against other physical attackers instead of Earth Power. Earth Power does do 20 more damage, but once you're at +2, Scorching Sands does so much anyway, and you have the chance of the burn. I was also doing a practice match, and it also came really helpful when I was frozen and Scorching Sands just... Oh, they just canceled the battle. Perfect. But when you're frozen, Scorching Sands just thaws you out immediately, so that was really convenient too. Need a Tapu Koko, Thievul. What do they have on Glastrier? So they did not have Heavy Slam. White Herb. Mystic Water, and then Hyper Voice, Moonblast, Hydro Cannon. Yeah, so let's get into our final match of the day. It's really glad we can really show off that Palosand and Clawitzer duo in that match. And we're up against Aliki. And they have a Dragapult, Grimmsnarl, Porygon 2, Torkoal, Rillaboom, and Incineroar. And whenever I go up against Grimmsnarl, I always lead Nihilego so I can max Ooze and just KO that thing so it can put up very few screens. But in addition, Nihilego looks good against basically everything on their team. I think I'll lead Nihilego Glastrier, so because they're a Trick Room, so they might set that up for me. Then I think I'll go with Urshifu and Rillaboom. I don't think I'll bring Palosand or Clawitzer in this matchup. Oh wow, we both went to the last second. And it's Dragapult and Grimmsnarl. That's just what I predicted. Now the question here is, who should I Dynamax? And I think, in most situations, it'd be Glastrier, but I think I'm going to go with Nihilego, because Nihilego is good against basically every Pokemon on their team besides Dragapult. And if they're going to go for Fake Out on Grimmsnarl, I think they'd use it on Nihilego. And they switch out the Dragapult for Porygon 2. Flatter. Is that the one where you raises attack? Oh, special attack but confuses. Ooh, that's not good. If it was Swagger, that would have been better. that one-hit KO is just what we want, and then with that max ooze and the beast boost, we're already at +2. Okay, that's fine. That Glastrier misses. It's not great, but it's okay. Yeah, I do not think this is what they expected. And Torkoal comes out. So it looks like they're probably going to try to set up Trick Room. And with the Drought, so I think what I'll do is I'll just use Max Rockfall. Ooh, you know what? Maybe I'll max use the Porygon 2, because I think Torkoal will probably protect while Porygon 2 sets up Trick Room. And I would use Close Combat, but I don't want to lower my defenses, so I think I'll just go for another Icicle Crash. Double up into Porygon 2. Torkoal does go for a Protect, so that is perfect. And we break through the confusion. Perfect. Ooh, we might get... It did not KO, but will we get a flinch? Nope, Trick Room did get set up. That is not ideal, but... because my Glastrier is faster than most, but I think I should be fine. But you know what? I might want to switch out Glastrier for Urshifu. I need to preserve that for against the Dragapult. Oh wow, that did barely anything. I did get the burn, but that has no effect really. Goes for Recover. And this will just KO the Torkoal. And we get another Beast Boost, and yeah, this is looking really good in our favor, this match. So now they just have a Dragapult and a Porygon 2. Trick Room is set up, which is not good for Dragapult at all. So I might as well just... I think Sludge Bomb does more. I think I'll Sludge Bomb the Porygon 2 and go for a Wicked Blow. Oh, it has Ally Switch. Should have seen that. A lot of Dragapults carry Ally Switch now. Oh, that did nothing. And that just KOs the Porygon 2. Whoa, we got a critical hit. Wow. That was a pretty good match. What did their Torkoal have? Eruption, Protect, Solar Beam, Scorching Sands. Ooh. There's no Body Press. A lot of Torkoals carry Body Press now. Drain Punch on the Rillaboom. That's unique too. Yeah, so I think that's about all for this episode. We won our second and third match. We lost the first one, but we got to show off how actually quite a few different modes of this team. So if you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing to T.E.S for more on Pokemon Sword and Shield and everything else Nintendo.